At 2:14 a.m., Daniel Whitmore's phone lit up in the dark. He hadn't slept. How could he? 6 hours earlier, he had identified his wife's body in a hospital room that smelled like antiseptic in silence. He stared at the incoming call. A known number. He let it ring. Then it stopped. 30 seconds later, a voicemail notification appeared. He almost ignored it, until he saw the caller ID. Sarah. His wife. The woman who was officially declared dead at 8:59 p.m. His hands started shaking. He pressed play. Static. Breathing. Then her voice. Daniel, if you get this. Pause. I don't know what's happening. Another pause. Whispering now. He's in here. A loud metallic bang. The recording ends. 21 seconds. And nothing about it should exist. Sarah Whitmore wasn't reckless. She wasn't secretive. She was a pediatric nurse. Coworkers described her as calm under pressure. She left work at 7:52 p.m. that night. Texted Daniel at 8:11 p.m. Leaving now. Be home soon, sweetheart. At 8:47 p.m., a truck driver called 911. Single car collision. No skid marks. No other vehicles involved. When paramedics arrived, Sarah was unconscious. Severe blunt force trauma. She was pronounced dead on scene. Time of death, 8:59 p.m. Her body was transported to County General Morgue. Her phone was collected, logged into evidence. Battery at 4%. It shut down at 10:14 p.m. Everything documented. Everything sealed. Everything final. Daniel brought the voicemail to police immediately. At first, detectives assumed spoofing. Caller ID manipulation. It happens. But telecom records told a different story. The signal pinged from Sarah's physical SIM. Not an internet relay. Not a clone number. The call originated at 2:13 and 42 seconds a.m. Duration 21 seconds. It connected to the nearest tower. Less than half a mile from County General Hospital, where the morgue is located. And here's what chilled investigators. The phone registered as powered on for exactly 47 seconds. Just long enough to place the call. Then it shut off again. Security footage from the morgue hallway shows nothing unusual. At 1:58 a.m., empty corridor. At 2:06 a.m., lights flicker. Briefly. Maintenance later said voltage fluctuations happen occasionally. At 2:11 a.m., the hallway camera glitches. 4 seconds of static. Then returns. At 2:14 a.m., voicemail placed. At 2:20 a.m., hallway still empty. No staff entries. No recorded access. But at 7:32 a.m., an attendant noticed something strange. Body drawer 23 was slightly open. Sarah's. Staff insisted drawers sometimes don't seal perfectly. But the temperature logs show the drawer was fully closed at intake. And then there was her arm. When admitted, both hands were folded across her abdomen. Standard procedure. But when examined at 7:30 a.m., her right arm was bent. Elbow raised slightly. Fingers curled. As if she had tried to push upward. The coroner ruled it post-mortem muscle contraction. Rigor mortis shifts happen. But Daniel couldn't shake one thought. What if she wasn't dead at 8:59 p.m.? Forensic audio specialists cleaned the voicemail. Under her whisper, there was a hum. Oh, constant. Industrial. They compared it with recorded ambient sound from the morgue. It matched the refrigeration compressors. Then came the metallic sound. Sure. Hollow. Sliding. Identical frequency pattern to a morgue drawer opening. But there was something else. Very faint. Almost lost in the noise. A second breath. Not Sarah's. The evidence locker logs were reviewed. No access after 10:14 p.m. The keycard system showed no unauthorized entries. No forced locks. No missing property tags. The phone was still inside its sealed evidence bag when checked later that morning. Battery dead. No visible tampering. Yet carrier data confirms it powered on. Made a call. And shut down. How does a phone inside a sealed bag inside a locked evidence locker turn itself on? Some medical experts quietly suggested a rare condition. Lazarus syndrome. Delayed return of spontaneous circulation. Extremely rare. But documented. Could Sarah have regained consciousness inside the morgue drawer? Used her phone? But toxicology and trauma reports indicate catastrophic injuries. Survival probability, near zero. And even if she had briefly regained awareness, how did her phone leave evidence custody? Others suggest something darker. Not supernatural. Not medical. Human. What if someone was already in that morgue? What if someone accessed her phone? What if the voicemail wasn't a cry for help, but a warning? He's in here. And where? The drawer? The morgue? Or something else entirely? The voicemail remains authenticated. No arrests. No suspects. No explanation. Daniel Whitmore still keeps the recording saved. He listens to it once every year. On March 12th, he says one detail still keeps him awake at night. In the final second of the voicemail, right before the metallic bang, you can hear her whisper something almost too quiet to notice. Cold? So what do you believe? Medical error? Evidence tampering? Or something that shouldn't have happened inside that morgue? Comment your theory below. And subscribe. Because next week's case involves a security camera that recorded a woman entering her apartment, but never recorded her leaving. And what investigators found inside is even more disturbing.